In 2013, fatigue driving accounted for approximately 72,000 vehicle crashes, 44,000 personal injuries, and 6,000 traffic-related fatalities. When CMV drivers travel for long distances, or if they are inadequately prepared for a long haul, they are particularly vulnerable to the onset of driver fatigue, hindering their ability to quickly perceive and react to oncoming hazards. Fatigued drivers drive erratically, driving into adjoining lanes, missing traffic signs, braking late, tailgating, oversteering the vehicle, and, the most dangerous, falling asleep at the wheel. Studies have proven that the body compensates for lack of sleep through brief and intermittent micronaps. These brief lapses of consciousness often occur without warning and can last 1 to 30 seconds. A loss of awareness for any period of time can pose significant danger to the CMV driver and others on the road. In just 4 seconds, a vehicle traveling at 65 miles per hour will greatly surpass the length of a full football field, but micronaps can last significantly longer than 4 seconds. A consciousness lapse of 10 seconds puts you, your vehicle, and everyone else in the vicinity in extreme danger, as your unconscious driving distance stretches to 317 yards, equaling not 1 or 2, but nearly 3 football fields laid end zone to end zone. When your consciousness lapses, you cannot react to a turning road, merging vehicle, or other unexpected road conditions. Other driver fatigue symptoms include poor concentration, restlessness, and persistent yawning. Even if you do not fall asleep, driving drowsy impairs your ability to drive safely by increasing the time to recognize a hazard, increasing your reaction time to avoid the hazard, and limiting your ability to make good decisions when trying to avoid the hazard. Remember the critical importance of adequate rest when off duty to reduce fatigue-related accidents. Your health, career, and the well-being of everyone sharing the road depends on the choices that you make. Before you start driving, consider your regular sleep-wake cycle and how it relates to your starts, stops, and rest periods. The typical sleep-wake cycle for most people looks approximately like this. The blue line illustrates the individual's drowsiness level, which increases during the afternoon and again overnight. These periods are known as sleep gates. While the exact schedule may vary depending on the driver, this curve reflects a typical 24-hour period. Most driving shifts occur during one of the sleep gates. For example, during a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. shift, the area of concern for fatigue is in the middle of the afternoon, and during a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift, the area of concern for fatigue is very high between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Driving through sleep gates, especially the overnight sleep gate, increases the chances of a fatigue-related accident, particularly when the driver does not drive the night shift regularly and is not acclimated to the necessary sleep schedule for night driving. The probability of a crash generally increases with every consecutive hour spent behind the wheel without taking a rest break. When you reach 8.5 consecutive hours, the probability of a crash increases by 80%. At 11 consecutive hours, the probability of a crash increases by at least 130%. And If you drive more than 11 consecutive hours during your overnight sleep gate, the probability of a crash increases to 240%. This is why taking time out for the required rest periods is so critically important. Studies have shown that a single rest break taken between the 3rd and 8th hour significantly reduces the risk of a crash. On long driving shifts, or when lacking the necessary rest, a driver may be tempted to compensate by drinking cups of coffee, caffeinated sodas, or sugar-laden energy drinks. While these drinks may provide a temporary boost of alertness, they can leave you with an even greater fatigue level once the effects taper off. As charted on a graph displaying alertness over time, a healthy driver with adequate rest, nutrition, and hydration can endure an entire shift without exhibiting symptoms of fatigue. In contrast, a driver that is depending on multiple cups of coffee to stay alert throughout the day will experience periods of high alertness that are offset by periods of low alertness. During these low points, fatigue symptoms are far worse than they would have been. Alertness levels continue to diminish with each cup consumed that day.